I think Carter Bryant out of Arizona, that's a guy a lot of people are seeing him rise up, hit their boards. I currently have Carter Bryant ranked 17th on mine, so I'm not going quite as crazy. A lot of people have him in their top 10s right now, or at least in the lottery. But can you explain to me with Carter Bryant, what's the appeal with him? Why is he rising up boards throughout this process?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the stats, and that's the first question as somebody who's an outside observer of the draft, you have to ask, right? Like, what's so special about 6 points, 4 rebounds? But I think that I think he's got the legit size and the legit length to kind of be an OG Anunoby variant. Like, shout out to my guy Albert, who made that comp, and I love it because I look at the way that he plays, and I think he has a little bit of that kind of two-way potential where OG can kind of go off when you give him the ball, but he's not somebody who you need to give touches to. Like, when he gets it, he'll make something happen. But I also buy into like the work ethic, the buy-in. I'll tell you a story about Carter. In the 2023 Nike Hoop Summit, he got invited to be on the Portland Generals scrimmage team. And he was a junior in high school at this point, and he's playing against like the Ron Holland, Bronny James, DeJuan Wagner team. And, he took that team along with Dylan Jones, who was on that scrimmage team, to where the international team that was headlined by Ricochet, he took them down to the final buzzer. And usually that scrimmage team gets absolutely mollywopped. And he was competitive with these guys. And when the scrimmage was over against the U.S. team, and you could call it performative or whatever, but if it was performative, it was brilliant. As soon as that scrimmage ended, knowing that the entire gym is packed with NBA personnel, the first thing he did was go get shots up. Every other dude packed up, put their slides on, and left. Carter Bryant picked up a ball, started doing shooting drills. When the next group came in, he moved to a side of the court that was being unused in the gym, and he started working on ball handling. So, like, this is just a kid who eats, breathes, sleeps ball. And if you watched Arizona, it's not just all tools. Like, they were better when he was on the court. Like, he should have played more. It was almost preposterous that he wasn't playing more. But as a guy who is able to play both ways, is a good decision maker, is a defensive event creator, and show that he can knock down outside shots and like get a ball, pump fake, rip, 2 dribble, pull up. Like, I think that he's going to have avenues in which he can actually show more because he's going to be on the court because of the ancillary skills of playing off somebody. And when you get that runway, when you earn the trust of the coaching staff, it allows you to start building trust to do more. And I think that when we look back, he's going to be one of these guys that he's maximizing his tools.
First of all, that's a cool story. And with him, I don't think it's performative at all. Based on my understanding of, talking to people with like the work ethic, it seems to be very real with Carter Bryant. He seems to be a good kid. You're betting on character when you draft a prospect as much as you are betting on basketball skill. And so Carter Bryant, it seems like he's a good character bet as well. In the draft guide, I have Jeff Green as a comparison with him to, like, in other words, to nod to. Yeah, I mean, it's a good and bad thing. I nod to it in the sense that it's like, Jeff Green, longtime role player, very successful. But there's this old Kevin Garnett quote when they were both playing for the Celtics, and he's like, Kevin Garnett says, I always tell Jeff Green, I believe he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's just going to realize it himself. He's going to become that player.
Right.
He's going to reach his upside. And Jeff Green's always been a tease. He would score 45 one night and then 12 points the next night. With Carter Bryant, I just wonder if there's a tease there. Is he a tease? And that the upside is that not there, and you're only going to get this high-end role player, which is not a bad thing. That's why he feels safe. You're going to get a good role player there. But for the dreams of him becoming a star player, I'm not totally there with him like I feel like some people are with him being a star player.
I'm with you. And I think it goes to how high he gets drafted at that point.
With expectations.
Like Jeff Green was drafted, what, third? In his class, fifth, right?
He was in the trade 07 draft with Ray Allen, yes.
So still, top 5 picks have a level of expectations that I think once you get out of the top 5, people are excited about that player, but they know that the cream of the crop has already been selected, right? So I do think that the expectations, like if Carter's taken third, by Philly, then it's like, all right, now I see that he might do the tease thing where he shows the flashes. Like when Patrick Williams was drafted by the Bulls, right? And it was all
Great
on
comp.
tools, right? Then you start getting yourself in trouble. But if he goes to Houston at 9 and he maybe does the things that Cam Whitmore is being asked to but refuses to do, now all of a sudden you start seeing a much clearer path for him to play that winning brand of basketball and living up to, the 9th or 10th pick
Yes.
in the draft.